What's going on, guys? Kyle Kelly here from the Island-wide team. It's been a long, hot summer, and I'm glad to be back to give you guys a summer recap. I took a little time off. You see here on my cup, it says, of course, I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. That's what I'm about to give you, some expert advice, guys. I did a breakdown. You know I'm a stats guy. I'm a numbers guy. So I did a breakdown of the entire summer versus last summer versus the summer before versus the summer of 2019, 18, and then I threw in 2015 just so we could have a gauge as to what's really going on in the market year over year. And right now, this is going to be the summer update for Patchogue. So, Memorial Day to Labor Day, what Long Islanders consider to be summer. We had, in this past Memorial Day to Labor Day, in the past summer, 151 homes came to market and 127 of them sold. The average sales price, guys, $517,000 in Patchogue with an average days on market of 37 days. That's right, it took just about a month, a little bit more, to sell a home. And remember, that's from the time they got an accepted offer to contract, that it was actually 37 days. Most of the time, from the time you hit the market to the time you have that accepted offer, was happening in under 2 weeks. And then it took about another 2 weeks for contracts to be signed. So really, in under 2 weeks, 127 homes sold this summer, right here in Patchogue, and 119 went into contract. Now, I want to compare this year over year. This past summer, 151 homes listed. The prior summer, 2021, 160 homes listed. So a little more inventory the previous year, and the same amount of homes sold, 127 homes. So we're reduced inventory, same amount of sales. Not by much, but it does mean something. Previous year, 2020, 152 homes listed, 151 this year, so we're right on par, and only 87 sold. Well, guys, if you remember 2020, that was pandemic year, right? World shut down in March. By the time the summer hit, we were just kind of getting things back going, starting to have open houses, figuring out how to do it with masks and sanitizers and gloves and letting one person in at a time. So we actually saw a decrease in sales of 87 homes. But something I want to point out, back in 2020, the average sales price was about $410,000. Fast forward to 2022, average sales price, $517,000, $100,000 more than 2 years ago. Guys, that's a 25% increase over 2 years. Let's go back to 2019. This is pre-pandemic. This is when everybody said the shift is starting to happen, right? We're starting to see an increase of inventory. We're starting to see longer days on market. We kept preaching that a buyer's market is coming. If you're looking to sell, you need to sell now. Nobody could have predicted a pandemic to shut down the world and screw everything up. But this is when we started to see the shift. Back then, 123 homes listed between Memorial Day and Labor Day, compared to 151 homes this past year. And we sold 132 homes. We sold more homes between Memorial Day and Labor Day in 2019 than we actually listed. So we were looking at less than 1 month's inventory on the market. The average sales price in 2019, $362,000. $361,767, $362,000 to $517,000 just 3 years later on that average sales price on Long Island. 2018, 189 homes listed, which is the most amount of homes listed in that period in the past 5 years. 189 homes and 126 sold, the same amount that we have today. 127 this year, 127 the year before. Go back to 2018, 126 sold. Average days on market back then were 57 days. Took about 2 months to get a home sold. And 120 would go into contract in that same time period, meaning we had about a month to 1.1 months of inventory available. $327,000 was the average price in 2018. 2018 to 2022, we saw a $190,000 increase in the average sales price in Patchogue. This is incredible, unprecedented. The pandemic caused a lot of cash to come out from the city. It caused a lot of people that were retired on Long Island to get off Long Island and move south, move north, move out of the area. We're starting to see that change. Now, just one thing that I wanted to bring up a little bit. 2015. I said, let me just pick a year that I know was good. I know 2012 to 2013 is when we started to see that we were coming out of the bottom. You never know when you're at the bottom until after you get past it, right? So similar to just before the bottom hits, we were coming out of the bottom in about 2015, 2013, 2014. So 2015 looked to be a very stable year. At that time, in the summer, we listed 199 homes. Again, 189 in 2018, 151 last year. 199 homes listed in the summer and only sold 97 of them. So we were sitting on about 2.5 months of inventory, still a seller's market, but just not as strong as we've seen over the past couple of years. And here's something to note, 130 days, average days on market, 4 months to get a home sold in a normal balanced market. Right now we're seeing 37 days before it hits contract. It's 2 weeks to get it sold, 2 weeks to sign contracts. Back then it was 4 months to get it sold. So sellers and listing agents, don't hit the panic button when you don't have offers inside of the first week. I know it feels like there might be something wrong. We're just having a natural reset. It's going to take a little longer to sell a home. Buyers, when you see a house that's been listed for a week, it doesn't mean something's wrong with the property. It just means the demand is weakening and supply is increasing. Again, not enough to cause a crash, not enough to cause a major shift into a buyer's market, but we are starting to see some slight changes.